The Seattle Mariners just wrapped up a 3-game road series against the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto after a 6-1 victory in extra innings today. This makes them 1-2 in this series. This also wraps up a 6-game road trip, their first road trip of the year. They went 2-4 against both the Brewers and then the Toronto Blue Jays. And I feel like on this road trip, we saw the Mariners offense hit rock bottom, bounce off the bottom, and now we might see them trending upward. Really, you can't go much further down than where they currently are. Looking at the box score from the game today, after today's game, here are the numbers for the starting lineup of the Mariners. JP Crawford is batting 140 with a 492 OPS. Julio Rodriguez with a golden sombrero today, 4 strikeouts on the day with a 196 batting average. Ty France, the hottest hitter on the team. Go look at his Baseball Savant page if you want to feel a little better about this offense. He's batting 316 with a 718 OPS. Mitch Haniger, currently the second best hitter on the team, is batting 262 with an 806 OPS. Jorge Polanco and Mitch Garver, two of the Mariners' biggest additions this offseason, are both batting 167. Polanco has a 488 OPS, where Garver has a 475 OPS. Garver has yet to homer as a Mariner. Luke Raley's batting 150, Cal Raleigh's batting 194, Dylan Moore's batting 211, Luis Arias batting 158, and Dominic Canzone batting 233. Currently, 6 out of the 9 starters in the Mariners lineup are batting below the Mendoza line, and you learn something new every day. The Mendoza line is actually a term coined by a teammate of Mario Mendoza on the 1979 Mariners. How fitting. Now looking at the Mariners' offensive statistics compared to the rest of the league through 13 games, currently they are second in strikeouts overall with 138 strikeouts over 13 games. They do have a higher strikeouts per game at like 10.6 compared to the Dodgers' 10.2 since the Dodgers have played 2 additional games. I saw a tweet from Joe Doyle today stating that the Mariners are on pace to break the strikeout record in a season by like 80 strikeouts. We'll see if this pace continues. The strikeout pace clearly is concerning. Looking at their OPS, their on-base plus slugging, it's currently second worst in all of baseball at a 602 on-base plus slugging. They are only ahead of the Miami Marlins, who are currently the worst team in baseball at a 1-11 record. The Mariners' batting average is at just 207, which is tied for 4th worst in the league, tied with the Oakland Athletics. Their on-base percentage is second worst in all of baseball, again only behind the Marlins. And their slug is currently tied for second worst in all of baseball, tied with the Chicago White Sox. After today's win against the Blue Jays, the Mariners are now 5-8, which puts them 3rd in the AL West. It's a tight race in the AL West right now. Fortunately, there aren't any teams that have done super well. The Texas Rangers are in 1st place, the Angels are in 2nd, Mariners 3rd, Athletics 3rd, and then surprisingly, the Houston Astros have been off to a slow start. They are currently 4-8. The Mariners currently have the 4th worst run differential at -21. They have allowed 21 more runs than they have scored so far this year. And unfortunately for the Mariners, while their offense has been ice cold, their pitching staff has also been off to a slow start. Their team ERA on the year so far is at a 4.84, which is 23rd in baseball. Currently right now with Brian Wu on the injured list, Emerson Hancock has had to step in. He looked good in his first appearance, but his second appearance in Milwaukee, he got obliterated to the tune of 8 earned runs. He currently has an 11.42 ERA. George Kirby and Luis Castillo both have been roughed up. George Kirby had a stellar first outing. He's got touched up a bit the past 2 times that he's been out there. He currently has an 8.16 ERA. Luis Castillo has a 6.89 ERA. Munoz had that outing in Milwaukee where he walked 4 out of the 5 batters he saw, walking in the winning run, but since then he has come through. Bryce Miller has looked solid so far, which is great. He has a 3.0 ERA. He also has a 1.00 whip, and he currently is allowing just a 205 batting average against. Ryan Stanek has looked solid out of the bullpen. It sounds like Matt Brash has been progressing and that he threw some live ABs in Arizona recently. Gregory Santos is inching closer towards throwing off of a mound. I'm not worried one bit about this Mariners pitching staff, and pitching Friday against the Cubs at their next series in Seattle will be Bryce Miller on the mound. They have 3 games against the Cubs, followed by 3 games against the Reds, which will take them through the middle of next week. They then will head out on the road against the Rockies and then the Rangers. And I'm hoping they can take the momentum that they started in the 10th inning in Toronto Toronto today with a 5-run 10th inning. Carry that over through their off day into the series with the Cubs and the Reds. Those are two solid teams in the NL Central. We don't see them playing these teams every day. Both the Cubs and the Reds have really solid rosters, and both of those teams will be contending against the Pirates to take the NL Central this year. If you're stressed out at this point of the season, it's totally valid. A lot of the Mariners offense looked like they haven't had an approach at the plate at all. They haven't been able to string much, if anything, together aside from today. Those offseason additions and Mitch Garver and Jorge Polanco haven't got to hitting yet. Julio Rodriguez looks lost at the plate and is not able to catch up to any of the pitches that he should be able to hit. But what happened for the Mariners today in Toronto could be the start of a new stretch, the turning of a page. And I'll be up there in Seattle Friday and Saturday for the games against the Cubs. I'll be out there in the bullpen pregame and also during the game interviewing some fans, asking you your opinions of the season, what the Mariners should do to turn things around. So make sure to let me know if you'll be up there, if you'll be in the bullpen pregame. Make sure to look out for me, come up and say, hey, looks like the weather should cooperate this weekend, so it should be a great weekend for baseball. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.